Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. There we go. This is a very special evening, and I am so pleased to be back to MC for the third time this spectacular collaboration between the Westchester Symphony Orchestra and the Lakota Singing Thunderhawks. The opening selection that you just heard was called Christmas on Broadway. and was first performed in the concert in 2014. You're going to hear some of your favorites from past concerts because this concert commemorates 10 years of the coming together of the Symphony and the Lakota East choirs under the direction, of course, Susan Shermer and Becky Huddleston. And so we'll be featuring tonight music that has been performed in the previous 10 concerts. It's pretty spectacular to think that 10 years this has been happening here, and not just in this venue. It grew to needing a venue of this size. How many of you here have performed before on the stage in one of these concerts? I know there are alumni here, so show your hands. We'll just see. Well, welcome back. You know you've got a couple of songs to join everybody up on stage with later on this evening. This next song you'll recognize, I'm sure. From Home Alone. Believe it or not, it's been 19 years since the first Home Alone movie in 1990. It was one of the highest grossing holiday films of all time. It won 2 Academy Awards, Best Original Score, thanks to John Williams, one more Oscar to go on his shelf, and Best Original Song for Somewhere My Memory. Now, the second piece in this set, Merry Christmas, was featured in the 1992 Home Alone 2. next, the men's choir, and a song that was performed in this concert in 2013. The song was originally titled Carol of the Drums, and it was based on a Czech melody and written by a music teacher and composer. Her name was Catherine Kennicott Davis. And this was back in 1941. The Von Trapp family singers of Sound of Music fame recorded the song first in 1951, and then the Harry Simeon Chorale performed it and recorded it in 1958. So it's been around for a while. And Little Drummer Boy, you've heard, I'm sure, many, many times by many, many artists. Probably one of the most bizarre, interesting ones was Bing Crosby and David Bowie. And you can find it on YouTube, it's out there. This song's been recorded, as I mentioned, by so many people, but this version I know you'll love, of the classic 1968 stop-motion animated special, which we all loved, and this is the version that you'll hear from that animated special, Little Drummer Boy. I like that version better than Bing and Dave. This is from the 2016 concert, a little bit of a different version, a doo-wop version of Irving Berlin's White Christmas. It was first recorded by the Drifters in 1954, of course, outside of the film itself of the same name. And it was used in the 1994 Santa Claus movie with Tim Allen. You also heard it in the first Home Alone in 1990. And this is an arrangement that was also done by Michael Bublé. A couple of gentlemen coming to the front here will be featured along with the Westchester Symphony and the Men's Choir. This is also J.C. Vincent, alto, and, girl and young man and young woman. J.C. Vincent and Gervonta Eicher.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops glisten and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow. The snow. Said I'm dreaming of a white Christmas with every Christmas card I write. May your days, may your days, may your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white.
And I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know. Oh, the treetops glisten and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow.
That was baritone, featuring, I should say, baritone Gervonta Eicher and alto J.C. Vincent. They did a wonderful job. Irving Berlin, of course, a New Yorker, was out in Hollywood and in Southern California where you don't see much snow, and was very homesick when he wrote that song. That was his inspiration. Next, the Lakota East Women first performed this modern Irish classic back in 2012. It was first performed by the Irish group that does make appearances here almost every year, Celtic Woman. And it was on their second album called A Christmas Celebration. In 2006, this lilting Celtic style song features a distinctive melody and a striking quote, and listen for it, from the traditional carol, O Holy Night. Now, we've adapted this arrangement to include the small pipes, and that will be played by Dr. Joseph Foster, who's also violist with the Westchester Symphony here. So I hope that you enjoy this version of Christmas Pipes.
Christmas
Dr. Joseph Foster featured on the Irish Pipes. Now this next song, Chris Eaton originally wrote, and it's called Breath of Heaven. It's a song depicting the wonder of nature. Contemporary Christian artist Amy Grant, she heard the song and said, quote, she thought it was universal, the chorus of the song, but also it could be so specific in light of Mary. Now, after consulting with the songwriter, Amy rewrote the verses, he revamped the music a little bit, and it was featured on her 1992 Christmas album. The song also appears as part of the soundtrack of the 2006 movie, The Nativity Story. Now, the first time that these choirs in the symphony performed it was back in 2016, and now featuring two new soloists, sopranos Emma Holtel and Leah McCain, along with the women's high school choir, and of course the Westchester Symphony.
Traveled many moonless nights, cold and weary, with a babe inside, and I wonder what I've done. Holy Father, you have come and chosen me now to carry your son. I am waiting in a silent prayer. I am frightened by the load I bear in a world as cold as stone. Must I walk this path alone? Be with me now. Be with me now. Breath of heaven, hold me together. Be forever near me. Breath of heaven.
Emma Holtel and Leah McCain. Just beautiful. What a beautiful song. My goodness. No wonder Amy made that hers. One more song before our intermission, and I just thought I'd mention quickly too. Come back early so you can hear company perform before the second half of the concert. But to finish up the first half, the title of Mr. Christmas was given to this gentleman, a prolific British composer who's still alive and still composing. And the first performance of John Rutter's setting of the 12 Days of Christmas was performed at this concert in 2012. Now, it's a famous English carol, but it first existed with words only, no music, and it was published in 1780, thinking that perhaps the origin of it is actually French. Now, the song we recognize today came about in 1909 with an arrangement of a traditional folk melody by an Englishman named Frederick Austin, who famously lengthened the section about the 5 golden rings, which gives every chorus just a little bit of a break in that long song. But the carol depicts the giving of gifts over the 12 days of Christmas, of course, beginning with Christmas Day until the arrival of the Magi on January 6th.
On the first day of Christmas, my true love sent to me a partridge in a pear tree.
On the second day of Christmas, my true love sent to me 2 turtle doves and a
Partridge in a pear tree. On the third day of Christmas, my true love sent to me 3 French hens, 2
turtle doves
and a partridge in a pear tree.
On the fourth day of Christmas, my true love sent to me 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves
And a partridge in a pear tree. On the fifth day of Christmas, my true love sent to me 5 gold rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. On the sixth day of Christmas, my true love sent to me
6 geese a laying,
Now there will be a short intermission, but again, I remind you that company will kick things off down in front here, so don't be away too long. Thank you so much again for being here this evening.